Hi everyone, and welcome to another Tribe Forex Power Hour. Today is February 5th, 2014. I'm Marcello, and with me is Nino, FX Trader. We're both pro Forex traders. Let me show you how this session is going to go. Basically, I tell you how it works. Then we're going to get into our daily market analysis, and then we're going to do a quick review of recent trades if there are recent trades that have been talked about. All right, so here's our formula for success. Okay, we do our 5 p.m. market analysis to determine the bias. Now, we basically wait until after 5 p.m. Eastern time to do our review, and the reason that we do that is because that's when the Asian market opens, the New York session is closed, and we can really take a look at the previous day going through the Asian, European, and New York sessions. Okay. After that, each night you can use our biases to take a set and forget it trade. That's pretty high probability. Or if you want to make more money and you've got some time on your hands, you can meet with Nino in the Tribe Forex trade room that we have here during the European and the New York session. He does those on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 1 a.m. Eastern time and also 8 a.m. Eastern time. Okay, so you can make it to either one of those sessions or both of those sessions if you're a member of tribeforex.com. And, actually tonight, or I should say tomorrow in the morning at 1 a.m. Eastern time, which would be tonight for us, that would be occurring, and we're going to have that session. So be careful. It's going to be a hot session as we're getting ready for non-farm payroll, which will be coming up in just a few days. There are two ways to execute trades that I've kind of alluded to. You can take it a set and forget it trade, or you can day trade in the direction of our bias using our pods for bigger profits. If you want to know what that is, we have a free course on tribeforex.com that you can simply go to and clearly learn the system and learn what a pod is and how we determine bias. All right, so speaking about the first portion of that set and forget it trade, this is how we have operated with our set and forget it trade. You can see it's got a profit factor of 3.43 and a percent profitable of 83.5%. And look at this here. That's our equity curve during that time that we're showing there. So that is basically how it all works. And so let's go ahead and take a look at the charts and see what's going on here. I'm going to start with the euro dollar as we have grown accustomed to doing. Now, yesterday, guys, I called a buy bias on the euro dollar. And if you look at the market, if you look at the video that we made yesterday, you will see our biases from the previous day. So yesterday, the bias for the euro was a buy, and as you can see here, we said there might be a bounce and a retest at 134.85. We didn't get to 134.85. We got to 134.97. Then we got our bounce up right to that lower, and I said to watch for some play at the Fibonacci's 0.0 area, which is where our previous low was. And you can see that support area became resistance for us, and everything that we thought would happen basically happened. Bounce off the low, move to the high, where we were going to see some price action at 35.50. We saw the price action at 35.50. We see price come back and retract off of that point and to the place where we are now. So what are we looking at right now? As you can see, now we've got a solid 1, 2, 3, 4 bars here. From where we are, we could see another bounce off this territory. Overall, I do see a buy tendency clearly here. Number one, we're above the 50. Above the 200 and above, and we haven't quite bounced off of our Bollinger lows here. We're bouncing right off of our trend line that we had drawn a few days ago. If you get some more play off this trend line, look for a bounce there as well for a potential to move upward beyond this very, I would call it a weak area of resistance that we could potentially bound right through and get to these upper areas again. Now, guys, if we do get a test here and it does fall below here and it does close below, then that's where we'll be looking for a sell. But for the time being, based on what we're seeing, we've got to look for a buy. Now, look, we also have a very narrow flag here, but we've only got basically 2 touches of that flag, so it's not confirmed yet. We need another day where price touches this and bounces off of it for us to consider this a valid flag here, and it's very, very small on the day. It's just showing a consolidation, And so basically we've got a buy bias again on the euro dollar. So euro dollar buy. All right, so our pound dollar, same thing, guys. We actually drew this at 62.50. We drew a line here, and if you had played this for a buy here at the 62.50, you could have very well have made very good profits. Let me show you why. Okay, so if you remember yesterday, I drew this line first in red and then in yellow. I turned it to yellow because I wanted it to be distinctive. I wanted to distinguish it from the other areas of support and resistance that we had here. The 62.50 area was very strong for us, even though we had a buy bias, by the way, guys, here on the pound dollar. Now, even though price went above, went went below and retested this low here, our buy bias could have been achieved on the lower time frames, especially in the trade room. Because if you go down, I'm going to go down to the 15-minute chart, and you're going to see exactly what I see here, and this is going to teach you a quick lesson that I'm not meant to, do in this particular session. But look at this. This is our yellow line from the daily. I'm on the 15-minute now. Look at this. Beautiful triple threat formation here. You could have made money on the way up here. And look at this hammer formation, double hammer formation, which would have also given you a great opportunity to move up and make some profits here on this pound dollar in that session. So just so that you realize, that was the shot. That's what you're looking for, and this was very, very clear cut. Now, we drew these lines yesterday. That should show you the power of support and resistance and where we're going and what we've done. All right, so for the pound dollar here, guys, I've got another buy. Now, look, there's a the only thing that's kind of iffy about this particular, okay, so we've got some strength here looking on the pound dollar. We've got strength in the buy direction because we have two repeated touches, two confirmations that the market is considering the 62.50 area as a strong support area. Okay, that's good. The other thing that we see, though, is that this trend line, we keep on closing at or below the trend line. So right now we're right below that trend line. So that gives us need to be concerned. So we're going to look for some play at 63.23. But with these two double hammers here, we're going to have to take a buy bias for the time being. So we're looking for a buy bias on the pound dollar for the time being. So the buy bias on the pound dollar. All right. So the New Zealand dollar. We had a big, humongous candle that moved up and closed right below the 50 EMA here on the daily. And you can see what happened here basically is that price retracted, and it's giving us some play between the 50 EMA and the 200 EMA right here on the daily chart. We kind of had concerns about that happening just because the ambiguity of that close, just because we had a very strong move to the upside and then the 50 EMA right there. So I would say, again, this is not the best trade for us, and so I'm not going to call a bias on this particular trade. Right now it's in a contraction, it's in a consolidation, and it's right between these 2 points, so anything can happen as far as that's concerned. From a technical standpoint, we do not have a trade here, nothing to look at. Okay, so here on our Aussie dollar, as you can see here, basically I believe we called a sell on the Aussie dollar here, and you can see here that price did come down and move down on the day. So we had an open of 89.23. Price went down to 88.72, roughly or exactly 51 pips there on the day, downward. Okay, from the open. Okay, and you can see here that we have again a lot of play right here at the 50 EMA. Now, yesterday the play was at 89.44. Our high yesterday of the day before was 89.40. We got to 89.37. 89.44 is where the moving average is, okay, above. That's our resistance area. So we may very well get some play again at 89.40, where that resistance area is, and we're going to call a sell on this Aussie dollar. Now, price goes through this Aussie dollar low here, or high, I'm sorry, here, then what we'll look for is we've got to look for the next area of support and resistance past this 50 MA is going to be this trend line at 9,300. Okay, just so that you know what we're looking at and where we look to go through from here. But right now I've got a sell bias on this thing. We had a big, huge move up and two confirmations of respect and acknowledgement of this 50 EMA. Okay, Aussie dollar, sell. Dollar CAD, consolidation, 1, 2, 3 days of consolidation. No clear signal in what direction to go in there. And the euro yen. Okay, so guys, 61.8 was the area to look for your buys on. We had a buy signal here on the euro yen. You see how it came down, really tested that 61.8 where my cursor is right now, and then moved back up. Okay, and what we're going to look for here is, we got to have a buy bias here on this euro yen as well. We may get a test again at that 61.8. Okay, may get a test there. And then we're going to look for a price to move up. That's what we're looking for, a buy on the euro yen here. Now, we were looking for a dollar yen buy yesterday. We looked for a dollar yen buy. A pound yen buy and a euro yen buy. And basically, guys, we had the same thing happen here. And so basically what you see here, guys, you have 1, 2, 3, although price didn't really move up, as you can see here. It was pretty much an ambiguous day, but if you were able to make that play at the low here, because price comes back and tests that low and somehow cannot break through that low at 100, I would say about 100.80 on the dollar yen. It couldn't make it through there. So now it's showing us some form of consolidation. I dare say that we could have a retest, but we definitely have a area of support which is confirmed. We're going to be looking for a buy again here on the dollar yen. Look at the areas of support resistance to determine where this dollar yen can go. We got 3 points here, and we have confirmation across here of the support area. So euro yen buy, dollar yen buy again, and our pound yen, look at this. It wants to move back into this apex, same exact thing. It rechecks the lows of the previous day. All right, so it tests the lows here. And then it closes very high. So we've got the same thing on the pound yen that we saw on the pound dollar, to be honest with you. So we've got this ambiguous signal. So most likely than not, if we see a break of the low of the pound dollar here, of the support areas, we're probably going to see it on the pound yen as well. Very similar, as you can see, very similar formations here on the pound yen. And the same ambiguity as far as that's concerned. We've got the trend line. We've got resistance areas at the trend line right now that we're trying to break through, break back into that flag formation on the pound yen as we saw it on the pound dollar. Okay, so same exact deal there. And let's take a look at our dollar Swiss, see if there's something clear for us there. Consolidation. So guys, all this is showing us that the market has not made any decision about what's going to happen here on non-farm payroll. It's basically a holding pattern, and that's what we're looking for. We're looking for some form of showing of where price really wants to go here. I can show you that right now on this dollar Swiss, we do have some formations forming. We have lower highs here, which are showing us a flag. Okay, so we're moving into the apex. We very well may see a sell, a retest here of this trend line at 0.905 or 0.9049, and then a push down perhaps. Okay, on the dollar Swiss. That's what it looks like for right now where we are. We've got multiple touches here of this trend line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a very strong resistance area. Obviously, it's a very acute angle here on the trend line, but it's holding very, very well. So let's look for a sell here on the dollar Swiss. All right, so to recap here, we've got a euro dollar buy, pound dollar buy. New Zealand is ambiguous. We're not going to mess with it today. Aussie dollar, we're going to look for a sell here on the Aussie dollar. Euro yen, buy. Dollar yen, buy. Pound yen. Buy. Guys, on these pairs, look at the support areas. For areas, if it goes against you, for areas where you can look for a bounce. Okay, for us on the euro dollar, that would be 1.3490. So you're going to be looking right around 134.90 to 13500 for a bounce there. You're going to be looking for hammers, reversal candles at some point there. Pound dollar, same thing. We're looking at 162.50 again. That's really our strongest support area at this point. Aussie dollar, like I said, we're looking for a sell here, so we're going to be looking at 89.40 to see if we can see reversal candles there. See where the market wants to take us. So if there's going to be a reversal, if there's going to be a sell off here on the Aussie dollar, it's going to happen right at that 50 EMA most likely. Okay. Dollar CAD in consolidation, we talked about that. Euro yen, very same thing. We're looking at if it's going to rebound off of anything, it's going to rebound off of 136.75, or to go down to the trend line, it would be 136.00. Okay, but most likely 136.70. All right, pound yen, same thing. We got 163.95, and the dollar yen, 100.78. Those are our PODs, our pods. Okay, and the dollar Swiss, of course, look for a bounce off of 0.9047. Okay, and that will give us a sell on the dollar Swiss. And with that, I don't know if Nino, do you want to add anything before we get off?
No, not really. Just want to add that we'll be in the Forex live trading room tonight from 1 till 3 a.m. London session, and from 8 to 10 a.m. for the New York session.
Yep, that's right. We've got the Tribe Forex, like I said earlier, guys. We've got the Tribe Forex live trade room that you are free to join. If you're a member of Tribe, you're going to be able to get in on that. So go on to tribeforex.com, join them at 1 a.m. to 3 a.m. If it's too early for you or too late for you, just jump in with us at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern time as well. We'll be right there, and you'll be able to get the trade wrap-ups too. You can see all the trades that Nino's taken in the live trade room, and we'll go ahead and post those results as well for you. All the best, guys. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow in our next Tribe Forex Power Hour. All the best. Bye-bye.